I mean, if we did this in any other business and then sold it to somebody, like we sold the mortgage-backed securities, that'd be fraud. I mean, essentially, if you did this with a car company, did it, they got, 5 cars and junkers and good ones and put them together and sold them as at the auction market, they'd be called back and say, you can't do that, Mr. Banasek.
I agree.
How would you, Mr. Banasek, how would you characterize, we talked about the rating agencies and we talked about the people inside WaMu, how would you characterize the behavior of the bank regulators during this whole period where you did, and then Mr. Cathcart, I'm going to ask you, when you took over from Mr. Banasek, how would you characterize the bank regulators?
I'm very pleased that you asked me that question, because my opinion is that the OTS examiner in charge during the period of time in which I was involved, his name is Lawrence Carter, did an excellent job of finding and raising the issues. So likewise, I found good performance from Steve Finaro, the FDIC examiner in charge. They were both there the entire time that I was there. What I cannot explain is why the superiors in the agencies didn't take a tougher tone with the banks, given the degree of findings, negative findings. My experience with the OTS, or with the OCC, was completely different. So there seemed to be a tolerance there, or a political influence on senior management of those agencies that prevented them from taking a more active stance. By a more active stance, I mean putting the banks under letters of agreement and forcing change.
Mr. Cathcart?